Let's start with Jackie Powell.
Hey, Walt. So tonight, y'all held the Sun to 70 points compared to 82 last time. Can you talk to us a little bit about what worked better defensively tonight?
Well, you know, Shelly Patterson actually made a really, really smart adjustment to our zone. And that got us back in the game. That with that second unit, the second unit, primarily Kia Nurse and Jazz, in terms of the offense, they really got us going. And then that whole unit defensively, they really executed. And it was a pretty remarkable thing because we didn't have time to really work on it. It was something that Shell caught and talked about in film today. And we talked about it during timeouts and things like that throughout the game and continued to adjust. But that was pretty cool to see. I thought our pick and roll defense was better. I thought it was fewer good looks. You know, for Alyssa Thomas in particular, she still got some good looks. And you know, as we always talk about, she's a heck of a player. She's going to find ways to impact the game. She always does. But I thought we did a much better job. I thought we did a pretty good job on Duana. You know, across the board, our defense was really solid. It was really solid.
Jeff Magliochetti.
Hey, Coach, during the last game, you said you wanted to see more from Kylee Shook. How do you think she responded tonight?
Yeah, you know, she came in and something happened. Somebody pinned her down low or she gave up an offensive rebound, and I yelled at her and said no more. And then it was like, bang. She's been working really hard on being more physical. She's always been kind of a finesse player, and that's normal for somebody who's, you know, 6'6" and skilled. You know, I can relate in high school terms. You know, it takes some time when you're a longer player. You know, you have to learn how to be physical. You really have to learn to embrace physicality, to create contact. She was so much better in that regard, and it wasn't perfect. There's still room, but Kylee really responded. She really gave us some great minutes. We did a little film session, a one-on-one film session before the game, talked about some of the exact situations that she got herself in, and she converted. So it was really, really heartening to see how Kylee responded tonight.
Miles Ehrlich.
Hey, Coach. Kia Nurse and Jazz Jones each got to the line 10 times apiece. Jocelyn Willoughby was really strong in her ability to stay in front of opponents and disrupt on defense. Kylee Shook hit some big shots, especially during that second quarter run you talked about. Did that second unit just have a level of energy you weren't seeing consistently from the starters?
Yeah, I think that we're still trying to figure out rotation-wise, you know, when the ball's not moving, particularly with that second unit, you know, when they're struggling to get it going. You know, that the first unit, when they're struggling to get it going, that second unit comes in and they're a little bit better about, you know, putting the ball on the ground and attacking gaps and really getting it moving. Not always, but that's been a trend. When the first unit struggles, that second unit tends to do a really good job picking up the energy. And it's, you know, that balance of having one or the other, or having a group of players who picks us up has been, it's been what keeps us in games throughout the year. You know, the hard part has been having the whole group show up consistently. It's just been really hard. You know, the starting group, I thought Stokes got some really good looks tonight. I'd take those any day of the week from her. She played some really solid defense per usual. But yeah, I mean, the story of the game was really how well that second unit played, particularly in that second quarter, to bring us back from an 18-8 first quarter, and then we ended up winning the second quarter 24-11, which is pretty remarkable for a young group. It was good to see.
Thanks, Coach. Next, we're going to have Kia Nurse. All right, just a reminder, please raise your hands if you have questions. We'll start with Jackie Powell.
Hey, Kylee. You've been talking to us a little bit about sort of slowing it down in the post and really trying to find your way through that. Tonight, it looked like you really found your way. Can you talk to us sort of about how on both sides of the ball, it seemed like you were really a force to be reckoned with?
Yeah, as you mentioned, just slowing down before the game. I watched film on why I've been being sped up in the previous games, and I feel like that kind of helped me to see film before I go into the game, so I know what to do in this upcoming game. But kind of just getting in the groove. My first shot was what I needed to do in the post, so I think that kind of got me going as well. It's mainly just being physical and slowing down, seeing everything, which I think I did a better job tonight.
Jeff Magliochetti.
Hi, Kylee. Coach Hopkins was just talking about how you guys had a bit of a conversation after the early stages of the game. What did he say to you, and how enthused did it make you, and how do you describe the relationship that you've built with Coach Hopkins this season?
Earlier in the season or earlier today?
Earlier tonight.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, as I mentioned, we're going over film right before the game, which, like I said, helped me. But I feel like we built a bond where that we can communicate with each other. He can communicate with me what I'm doing wrong. And it's not like he's nagging at me or anything like that. He's just trying to help me be the person, the basketball player that I want to be. So every discussion that we have, everything that he says, I take personal and I try to work on. And I think it helped before this game.
Next, we'll have Jackie Powell.
Hey again, Kylee. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the second unit, which you were a part of, obviously, and sort of that change on defense that Shelly Patterson implemented. I'm
sorry, what? Can you repeat the question?
Oh, sorry. So if you could talk to us a little bit about the second unit on defense, that zone defense that Shelly Patterson inputted in the second quarter there, and sort of how that was able to work so well for you guys.
I think it, like I said, we watched film also early in the day as a team, as a unit, and we talked about how our zone defense really worked against them, but we kind of rushed it, and we were bumping when we were doing things we shouldn't be doing. So we really narrowed it down. And when we got in the game, the second unit just really took it personally and really cracked down on defense and brought energy, and it just turned out really good.
Great. Thanks, Kylee. Yeah. We'll start with Jeff Magliochetti.
Hi, Kia. As the one of the so-called baby vets on this squad, in your opinion, what was the brightest growth spot tonight? Where did you guys grow the most tonight?
I would say we continued to play hard like we always do, but we gave ourselves a chance to win this game. Obviously, we cut it down a couple times, and we were trading baskets a little bit too much there in the fourth, but we gave ourselves a chance. And that was just a matter of people coming in and being aggressive, coming in and being confident, especially in the first half. The bench group came in and did a really, really good job. So I think that confidence will help to move us forward in terms of growth as well.
Jackie Powell.
Hey, Kia. I want to know if you could take us through the difference between Kylee Shook's performances the first time against Connecticut and now tonight.
Yeah, I think Kylie's just coming into her own, really. She works pretty hard at it, whether it be in practice or in extra shooting times, and just being strong, going to the basket, but also using her length defensively. And I think she makes a lot of big plays for us. She's a great center in the sense of if we get beat, we know she's behind us to help out. And I think she's continued to grow in that way. And then today you saw offensively her ability to knock down the three, and her ability also when less mobile bigs come at her to put it on the floor and get into a pull-up or get to make a play. So I think you're going to continue to see what she has in her bag, and it's really, really awesome to see her coming into her own.
Great. Are there any additional questions for Kia? Thanks, Kia. We'll send the recording shortly.